Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek at Origins 2017. I'm sitting down with Mark Walker from Flying Pig Games, and you've brought us Old School Tactics Volume 2.
Absolutely.
Notables before Volume 1.
Yes, Volume 1 was the East Front for war gamers, something that's always very interesting to them, and it's done very well for us. We actually are on the second reprint for Volume 1, and it still sells very briskly, as they would say. And this is Volume 2, which we kick-started in 2016, and this is what they would call a first production copy. So I hope I don't put you to sleep with this type of technical stuff. I know Beth understands this, so I'm just going to briefly explain it to y'all. The way games are produced is we send printer files off to a printer, he sends us digital proofs. We say, okay, he sends us a prototype. We say, produce it, he produces it, but just to make doubly sure, he sends us what's called the first production copy. So this is actually the same game everybody that pledged in a Kickstarter or pre-order from our website is going to get. And it looks good. There's no problems with it. So it should leave China late June, and we'll be here in the States, and hopefully we should be shipping it end of July, early August, probably end of July, actually.
And I want to make sure we note that we have on camera, I'm sure people can kind of see the edge of the board by our elbows here, but this is a 3-foot board.
It's a large board, and people really enjoy that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that as a compliment.
Yeah, no, I know you are. Thank you. It's not historic in the sense that there is no town that looked exactly like this. What it is representative of terrain in France around the era of 1944. So whenever you talk about West Front, 1944 for war gamers, or just for any even casual student of history, they know that you're talking about the Americans. I'll flip this up. I don't really know how much that zooms in.
Actually, I'm going to put that right there.
Oh yeah, because we have that zoom, and then the Germans right here, who were also, of course, in Volume 1. So there are 16 battles in the base game. Through the beauty of Kickstarter, we will also have an expansion called Airborne, and it has the United States Airborne units in and that type of stuff. And that will be in at the same time the base game is. All the Kickstarter pledgers get all that stuff for free. Of course, everybody else will have to buy it, but it's not tremendously expensive, not in this day of $120, $130 games.
Now, for those who are either familiar with the Volume 1 of Old School Tactics, is the gameplay similar or familiar from what they remember from Volume 1?
You're really good at this. You're very good, really. Yes. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. We did a little bit of streamlining. There were some things with the armored combat, the tank combat, that was boring. That's all I can say. And we streamlined it so it's quicker resolving. And then you have the paratroopers, so they have some special rules that Shane Logan, the designer, came up with. So yeah, that is different. Outside of that, it's the same gameplay. One of the things that gamers love about this kind of scale always resonates with war gamers. And I would hope maybe could bring in some non-war gamers, but it's very accessible, to use that buzzword. The rules, if you cut away the meat, that would be the wrong way to say it. What would you cut away? Whatever you cut away, if you cut it away, you would only have about 8 pages that you need to read to start shoving counters around and stuff, and rolling dice, which is what we all want to do.
Now let's talk about, you mentioned that you guys have had a really successful Kickstarter campaign already. When do you think this will be available to them who have not been lucky enough to back?
I would say early August.
All right, so coming up really soon.
Really soon. I mean, it's available for pre-order on our site, and like I said, it should be on the ship before the end of June. And It should be July, but you can never tell. That sometimes in customs, weird things happen.
That is true.
It's happened to me once in my whole game publishing career, and hopefully I don't see any reason it would here, but you know.
Well, I'm really glad Factory was able to get your factory proof coffee over here so we could take a look.
FedEx this to us here.
Perfect. So you guys could take a look, which if you want to check that out, this is Old School Tactics Volume 2. Mark from Flying Pig Games, thank you so much for letting us take a look.
Thank you, Beth. I appreciate it.